my goodness. All right, we back, man. That shit catchy, man. Like,
it is.
That shit catchy. All right, man. Welcome back to another episode. More consistency for y'all. IBTE Sports Podcast. We are back. Showboat's in the chat early. What's good, Showboat? I just saw your video too that you dropped for the Squid Games. That shit's funny. Hilarious shit.
Yeah. But before you go on, did you see the producer of Squid Game get titled LeBron for criticizing it? Like, bro, like, isn't that why you put out art so people can like react to it? I don't get that.
Crazy.
Everybody loves the critics.
We got Kenny and Phil here. Neil's not gonna be here tonight. He had to work.
You're welcome.
IT. No. He's gonna get We're gonna wait till next week. We're not letting anything go that took place this Wednesday. We're holding on mad grudges. But how y'all feeling, man? How's y'all week? It's hump day. What's going on?
I mean,
go ahead, Phil.
Oh, sorry. The Halloween episode. I'm glad everyone got the memo this week. Everyone,
I'm dressed up like a coach, bro.
Right.
I got the
and Lawrence is dressed as a co-founder.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
Captain Showboat in the building. Got the little hat, glasses, and a little item to go with it. So we're here. Another Wednesday. We ready?
Yeah, I'm doing wonderful. I pulled off 2 great trades in fantasy today. Living lavish, Life is great over this way.
It must be nice.
Syracuse football won on Saturday. Falcons won on Sunday. What a time to be alive.
Right. Hey, everyone won.
Hey, listen. Barely.
Same.
Barely. Got up out of there. He said, the red hoodie. Come on, man. Chill out. Chill out, man.
Lawrence, you know what you're doing every time. We don't even need to discuss it.
Bro, it's been
people had their chance at this point, right?
It's been going. Listen. All right, man. Because I've been working on something. We're gonna be hoodies, man. Hoodies gonna be there soon. Don't worry. I've been working every night this week to get it up on the website. So, and I gotta get these boys their shit too. I keep.
Yeah, he don't love us.
Right, we're just.
I didn't hand deliver the first care package.
I'm waiting on the second one. What is this?
Wow,
we probably didn't go with expedited shipping. That's why. Maybe that's why.
What do you think? It's Amazon. This is the Beijing shipping.
Speaking of that, remember I ordered them jerseys 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
They're still in China, bro, but they're coming.
That's me.
I messaged the seller yesterday. I said, I understand. We're in the middle of a pandemic. I didn't pay much, and they're coming from another country. He said, hi, friend. Be patient. They come soon.
Oh, man. Showboat, you got your stuff, right? I want to make sure, because I think you won some St. Luxury, I believe. I don't think you won IBTE merch. I think it's St. Luxury. Definitely let me know if you know. I was gonna say because
you got hoodwinked.
Nah. We don't do that. We got integrity over here.
We only do it in fantasy football.
If you ain't got, but actually, let me know. You said nah.
Rick.
Hold on.
Rick.
Yo, message me, bro. Seriously, if you didn't really get it. Yeah, definitely message me because we must have went over. Because I had so much stuff to print out and get done. Oh man, where y'all want to start? Y'all want to go NBA first?
Sure, why not?
What's going on with NBA?
Let's see.
Lonzo Ball is just gonna win the MVP award, so whatever.
Lonzo Ball,
most improved player of the year. Let's see what else. Defensive player of the year with the blocks.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying, but I'm not saying. The Bulls weren't 4-0 since Michael Jordan, and now they got Lonzo Ball and they're 4-0. Right. So I'm not saying they're the same, but I'm not saying that.
Hey, anything is possible. A great man once said that.
That's a fact.
Right. Also, this bullshit NBA 76 list they put out, which is some BS.
Listen, here's the thing. I was actually perfectly okay with Kyrie being left off the list, just because, in the history of the sport, 75, That's elite. And I'm not saying Kyrie's not great, but like we're talking the whole history of the sport. I can maybe get behind him being left off the list. There's some people on the list that maybe shouldn't be on it, but I could be okay with Kyrie being left off. But when I found out that they released a video of him being on the list and then they took him off the list, that's where I have a problem with him now.
Like that's hella fishy.
Right.
Right, because KD got one, Harden got one, and then on top of theirs, you see NBA 75, Kyrie Irving highlights. So is it some type of agenda or what's going on?
And the thing is, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was an NBA.com video too. So it's not even like we could say
it said NBA on the little tag. Yep.
Right, because like you can't even say like maybe the Nets made it anticipating it. Like no, so you know, so it's very tough to back that one.
Yeah, the screenshot said NBA.
Mm-hmm.
I
googled it myself, and it says
I did
NBA.
too.
And when you click on it, it takes you to NBA.com, but it says this page is no longer available.
And what was this for?
For Kyrie, they made like when he made the NBA, he actually made the list. Like they made the video for him and everything.
And
but when you go to
and they took him off of it.
Yeah, but it's still on because you know how Google with their metadata and stuff, it still stays there, so it's still there. When you click on it, it says this page is no longer available.
That's all you need to know right there.
And the NBA hasn't said anything about this so far. It's been like what 4 or 5 days? Nothing.
Right, because there could be a logical explanation behind it, but the fact that we're now 4 days later and I haven't heard anything on it.
Right. The longer we wait out, the longer it could keep getting suspicious.
Right.
Right. And also just going off the list as well, a little tangent. One player was left off this list. My favorite player of all time, Dwight Howard, Orlando Magic's, Lakers, Hornets, Hawks, whatever team you can name. Defensive player of the year multiple times, blocks leader, rebounds leader, single-handedly, as Lauren said, led the Magic to the finals. Obviously, they lost to the Lakers 4-1 in that year, but still, he deserves to be on that list. It's a shock that he didn't. Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, others. Just, I don't know who made this list, and also why 76, because it just completely defeats the purpose of 75 to have 76. But
didn't they just have 75 and then Kyrie was the 76?
There's actually 76 people on the list because 2 people were tied for 75. So
okay.
So that kind of defeats the purpose, sort of.
No, 100%. But yeah, I mean Dwight. I was watching First Things First with Chris Broussard and Nick Wright and all them. And Chris Broussard, he put it perfectly. He said he feels like Nick Wright and Dwight Howard are both being penalized for having longevity in their career, like because they were so dominant in their peaks, but then they just played much longer after, and they were just role players, and it's recency bias where people aren't taking into account like how great they were. Like Vince Carter when he went to the Nets, absolutely filthy. Like we were only like 8 years old, maybe.
He didn't. Vince Carter didn't make it.
No, or Tracy McGrady.
Or Tracy McGrady. Like I mean, like Dwight Howard. And the thing with Dwight Howard is it's not like he got bad; he got hurt. Like he just hasn't been the same player since an injury. Like you're gonna hold that against a guy.
That's tough.
Right, and he was still like leading the league in rebounds, even on bad teams like the Hornets, Hawks, etc. I mean, at least top 5.
Single-handedly beat that LeBron team, which like it was LeBron. Like he single-handedly beat LeBron, we can say pretty much. And then you get to the finals, you lose to Kobe. There's nothing wrong with losing to Kobe. Like he has a ring now.
Just that's wild.
That list that don't make any sense.
And I understand they kept the 50 they said from like when they did their first NBA 50 greatest of all time. Like I guess I kind of understand that too. But also you have to take into consideration your top all-time players are always going to change, right? Because like that's what happens. So you know what? Like I do I respect you keeping your 50 people, but if someone's on that, like if someone was number 50 at that time and now 25 years later, maybe they're not top 75 anymore. Like I don't think they should just be automatically locked in.
Like
also through 7 decades, 6 decades, the same person staying top 50. But like Chaz just said, he said he had to Google some people.
Right, Paul Azar.
Like I didn't know some of the people either. I was just like, I knew like a good amount of the people though, probably like 70%.
Also a little, it might be a hot take, getting a little Kenny's thunder here, but Damien Lillard. It might be a little too early to put him on that list.
It is,
in my opinion.
Yeah,
he hasn't done a lot.
Top 75 all time. Like that's all time we're talking here. Like, and I'm not trashing Lillard. Like I'm not trashing Kyrie. Like
absolutely,
we're talking all time greats. You're telling me that Damian Lillard is in the top 7, and I love Damian Lillard like a lot. Like he's one of my favorite players in the league right now.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
for him to be 75, that's crazy.
Right.
VC not on there.
Yeah. Like, he had a lot of clutch moments, obviously. He has all-star selections, but not a lot of all NBA teams, not a lot of luck in the playoffs. Like a lot of things that are tangibles or like things that are added to your like NBA 75 record or like tribute thing. So
right, I think. And like going back to Dwight, like you got a guy like Reggie Miller's on there. It's like, okay, yeah, Reggie Miller's great, but like, okay, Reggie and Dwight, I guess they should be at least be in the same breath. Ray Allen, another one. Ray Allen's great, but like, was he ever like the guy? Like, yeah, he was in Seattle, but they didn't do anything in Seattle.
Right.
And Phil, you're not going to like this one. I'm not saying take Paul Pierce off of the list, but if you're going to have Paul Pierce on the list, how are you going to tell me Dwight Howard is not on the list? I'm not saying take Paul Pierce off. I'm just saying you can't have one without the other.
Yeah, Dwight is definitely a clear stub for sure.
They both deserve to be on there. I could agree with that. Yeah. Also, who else? Oh, do you think Klay Thompson deserves to be on that list as well?
No,
because he was heated after.
No,
he didn't make it.
No chance.
I think. Yeah, because I think the same thing with Klay as well. Like not a lot of individual awards. Not a lot of it. Like he hasn't made an All NBA team. I don't believe so. Maybe like a third at least, but not a lot of like solo achievements. Just a lot of like winning because he's a part of that Warriors dynasty. Not a lot of. I mean, he scored 60 in a quarter. Not. I just don't have a lot of.
Yeah, I feel like this. Like I say it sometimes. Like it's a team game. But like in the top, when you're talking about top 50, top 75, it gets more individual. Like right. So when you talk about Klay, is he doing like a lot of people are dragging teams by themselves? We haven't seen that. How many players in the history of like pretty much NBA? There's not many people that can drag a team to where they gotta go.
Right. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. If we're talking like Dame Lillard deserves it over Klay Thompson because. Like, sure, Klay has the resume with wins and stuff, but we've seen Damien Lillard single-handedly drag that Portland team out the mud. Like,
right.
I can't say that.
Western Conference farthest, I believe.
Where they're not supposed to be there.
Right.
3-1 in top seeds and shit. Like,
yeah, I think the farthest he got was West Conference Finals, if I'm not mistaken. That's the farthest Lillard got. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he lost.
Yeah, it was that year. It was the bubble year, wasn't it?
No, they didn't get there in the bubble because they lost to Bron.
It was the year.
It was the year. They played the year before. They played the Warriors the year the Raptors beat the Warriors in the finals.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was just like I love Klay.
No, right? Like because like if we're talking like scorers, yeah, he's probably like I would say you can probably put the argument top 75 all time. But if we're talking just all time greats, like there's a lot that goes into this.
And I think another thing too is like when these lists come out, I think for any sport, people are gonna complain. Like people are gonna have opinions like he shouldn't be there and this shit Dame. Hey man,
no, we just said Dame shouldn't be like, and it's not a knock against Dame. It's just we're talking 75 greatest of all time. You haven't done enough in your career yet, bro.
Also, some older players that I had a problem. Well, not a problem, but like was wondering why they were there instead of some other players. Nate Archibald, Earl Monroe. I mean, I don't think they have as strong as resumes as some other players, but I can see why because we love some players or some like a lot of media people love like the old school players like heavily. So I can see why they have it, but I think there's some players that can get over them.
Guys like that make it because they were pioneers to the game. Like it's not even so much stats and stuff. Like for example, like obviously we know Steph Curry is going to have the stats and the wins and all that stuff, but even if he didn't, he completely changed how basketball is played now. You would never be able to leave him off of a list. Like it's one of those
forever
things.
Influential to the game. What about games this last week and then probably the last couple of days? What y'all been seeing amongst the NBA?
We could talk about the little trouble or fire in Hollywood right now, but the Lakers. Like,
I don't think there's trouble in Hollywood.
Perceived trouble that everyone is
they just won 2 straight. They're back to 2-2. Like what are we?
What are you talking about the Dwight thing?
Well, Dwight and AD, and plus, I mean, obviously, Dwight Howard. That
happens though.
Yeah, that happens. They talked post game. That's my brother. So yeah. But also, did you guys see the Rondo incident with the fan?
No, I didn't see that.
So apparently,
I heard about it after, but go ahead.
Yeah. So the video was basically.
Hold on. Bill said he likes his look because you don't have to see your whole face.
Who's that?
Neil in the chat.
Bro, you got to pull up your comments. You can read it all.
Yeah, this is funny.
I have them.
He said,
I like this look. Right on the StreamYard, you can, on the side of your screen, it says private chat or comments. Click comments. And you get all the live comments from Facebook and YouTube right there.
Yeah.
Everything
comes up.
Oh, I mean, that's fine. Neil can say whatever he wants. He's just a sideline reporter this week. So
my fault. Go ahead, bro.
So basically, the video was basically this was the same game as the AD and Dwight fight. So basically, Rondo's on the 3-point line, where usually all the fans are on like courtside. He looks at the fan. The fan looks back at Rondo. I don't know if the fan said anything, but Rondo puts his hand out.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Puts his hands out towards the fan, and then does like a gun motion thing. Like he pulls the trigger and like pretends to shoot the fan, and then there's a whole argument, and then the fan gets kicked out. Like I don't know exactly like all the details of that. I just
he put the video. So Rondo put his hand close enough to the fan, and then the fan slapped his hand, and then that's why he got kicked out.
Yeah, the fan, I guess, is like banned for life or something like that, too.
Yeah,
right. I mean, it's kind of weird that Rondo did like a gun motion hand to the fan in the first place.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like really weird. I don't know what he said. It could have been something racially charged or something even or worse or not even close to not even worse. But as a professional athlete, you know that you can't be doing those type of things in the middle of a game.
Yes and no, because the thing is, though, they're human, and we've seen how disgusting fans get because they feel like because I paid this much money, I can do it. I get what you're saying. Like, it's a bad look for Rondo, but, like, I'm going to give benefit of the doubt. If the Lakers kicked him out and, like, banned him forever, there must be something else he did that's, you know what I mean? It wasn't, like, unwarranted.
Like I mean, I don't know all the details. I don't know what the actual conversation was. All I saw was a video and a hand motion, so hopefully those details come out soon.
All right, listen. I've had enough with y'all with these goddamn hoodies, okay? Be patient. I know it's fucking cold outside. They're coming.
It's cold outside. They want the heat. They want the heat.
Ignore it. We're here to talk sports, not fashion.
Yeah, like. But anyway,
what is it? It's a 2K. It's literally 2K, sports and fashion. Because in my career, you have to choose to be.
It's kind of crazy to say that.
Work to be a magician and fashion icon.
Whenever I play 2K and Ashley walks in the room, she always catches me when I'm like in the neighborhood, like at the store. She's like, "Oh, you're playing that dress up game again."
Oh, that's her.
The thing about that,
my chest.
Your my career story. You play the NBA, obviously. But you also go through a career of you can be a fashion mogul or icon, and you could be a musician. So it's kind of like an RPG role playing game with my career.
This guy funny. Don't worry, bro. All right, that's extra motivation that I gotta get this shit done tonight. Don't worry. Yeah. Oh man, but shout out to John Morant, man. He's definitely grew into one of my favorite players in the league. He brings it, bro.
I would just like to say this was before the podcast, so there's no video evidence of this. But when that draft came up, I told everyone that would listen to me, John Morant will be the best player that comes out of this draft class. I said, but granted, I get you have to take Zion because he's box office and you can't not take him number one. But John Morant will be the best player out of this draft class. And I'm not saying I'm a genius, but I'm not saying it.
I'm not dumb. Did you guys see the ending of that Lakers Grizzlies game?
Oh no, I didn't get a chance to watch
Russ slammed on him.
I think it was near like 10 seconds left. I think the Lakers were up like 2 or 3, and then the Lakers were up 3. John Morant had the ball. He shoots it, gets fouled for no reason. Because I don't know why you follow a 3-point shooter. I get it's John Morant, but why would you follow a 3-point shooter? That's easy points for John Morant. He makes the first 2 and then misses the third one, and then the Lakers end up winning the game because of all the following nonsense. And then what he says after the game is something that he's going to be a great player. He says, "I'm not going to let this failure define me. I'm going to move on from this and be even better." That's what that's paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said after the game.
Yeah,
so just great sportsmanship for him.
And I just want to address what Dylan said about Beal can play in NYC, but Kyrie can't. Kyrie couldn't play in Brooklyn. So I don't think that Washington played at Brooklyn yet. So when Washington goes to Brooklyn, Beal will not be able to play. Just like when they go to Golden State, he will not be able to play. Just want to throw that out there for everybody.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Or wait, I take that back. Washington did play in Brooklyn. If Brad Beal played, then that means Brad Beal got a shot because he's not allowed to play if he didn't.
Yeah. They ain't getting by the NBA.
Yeah,
they leaving players off the top 75.
Yeah, I just wanted
in that game.
Wanted to address it. If he played, he did get the shot. He might be talking about it, but he got it. There's no way around it.
Yeah. Oh man, but I'm over here in the fantasy league, 1-0 so far. Don't listen, man.
Blake Griffin, Rookie of the Year, second year.
No. I'm past that phase. I'm coming to go top 3 in this shit. I'm making playoffs.
Oh,
I'm stepping up.
Yo,
remember in Madden when you used to every year with your coach, Kenny, you would know.
Oh wait, hang on. Sorry, I have to correct myself. Vaccine mandates in New York City, San Francisco, and LA will only affect home team players. So it must be because they're outside contractors. They're allowed to come in because their home state doesn't mandate it.
Wow, that is so stupid. But
it's a lot of rules and shit.
I just want to clarify it.
No, what I was saying was
it's a good thing you corrected it.
You know,
I don't want to put false information out here.
Right. You know how in franchise mode you used to be able to pick your team goal every year.
Oh yeah,
Rookie of the year, first year. The year number 2, we gotta make the playoffs. When we get into the playoffs, we wrecking shit. We're not supposed to be there, but we're gonna own it.
I just choose make it to the Super Bowl every time.
And then you get negative points when you don't make that shit.
Oh, we make it. I don't know what you're talking about. We reach that goal every year. Check. They can't force other people.
Yeah, it's not your home state. So yeah, I understand that. It's like if I work in Utica and I'm traveling to California for business, like I just won't go to, like, you can't tell them, but yeah, whatever, different story.
Oh man. But yeah, I'm down bad. Well, I'm down right now in fantasy. How y'all doing right now? It's early. It's super early though. You got a bunch of games left.
Last I knew, I was up. What am I up for? Phil, am I still up?
Let's see. You are up 8-2 against Otto.
Yeah, Otto.
I'm up 6-4 against Vicente.
I was down 8-1 before the games tonight. So down 7-2 now.
Yeah, 2 mellows, 1 cup out here.
A+.
Chipping away. We're not that far behind.
No, I'm just in the process of seeing who else Nigel drops so I can wait on the waiver wire and pick him up. Because literally, I can't shut my phone off because at any moment can happen because I gotta beat Nick and get to those players. So
right.
If you see me looking at my phone throughout the show, that's why.
Yeah, I know you're lucky. My phone is my webcam, so I'm screwed. Yeah, Otto, you're getting smoked.
Hey, it's only what
I think. I got you up out of there last week. I think I got you. Did you bad out there?
That's what happens when you go to a football game during a draft with a phone on 8% battery, thinking it's going to end well.
Free cash. Thanks for the donation. You about to be Rookie of the Year now. Joke's on you. All right, man. That's it for NBA?
Yeah, man. It's been 25 minutes. I mean, I love the NBA and all, but
yeah,
give the people what they're here for.
The NFL, man. NFL. Yo, listen, all I want to say is the Saints wasn't supposed to be here. 4-2. We're supposed to be down under rebuilding.
Listen,
that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't supposed to be 13-10 either. It wasn't supposed to be 13-10 either.
You know why I don't want to hear this nonsense from him? Because he's saying this, but he's pulling it. Because prior to the year, he wasn't talking this nonsense about my team isn't supposed to be good. No, I expect us to do what we're supposed to do.
Week to week.
Now, and now all of a sudden, we weren't supposed to be here. I will not let him get away with this.
We're supposed to be rebuilding.
No, I held Phil accountable last year. I'm holding you accountable this year. We're not going to allow you to
turn it up.
You thought your team was going to be good. Own that shit. Say it. No, we weren't supposed to be here. No, you thought you were going to be good.
No. I'll be serious. I was just trying to get you riled up. Yeah, but I do believe the Saints have a good team. They just got to get the offense right.
But listen, that's a big problem because you're not going to
play. We got no receivers.
No, you're right. But I'm saying, like, because you ain't playing Geno Smith every week.
Oh no, I know. Listen, man, I know that.
Listen, and that Seattle defense is not good.
Listen,
I'm shocked the game was that
close.
I know
who you talking to.
No, I'm just talking out loud for the people. Like yes, they are. They did win that game, and they are 4-2, and I can't take away from them because they are 4-2.
Right.
But like that game would not make me excited. I know you're not, Lawrence. I'm just saying in general. Like that is a game that
I was ready.
I'd leave that game and say, "Oh man, like this is not something that I want."
Right. If Alvin Kamara was not on the Saints, that game would be
Boy had 10 catches on 11 targets for 130.
I think he had 170 yards total. I think he had like 40 rushing or something like that.
Right.
Wild.
Well, yeah, Saints definitely got to get right, man. Like,
right. Oh, did you see the whole Traquan and Jameis fight? What do you think of that? Do you think Traquan should have been involved more? Because I don't think he had a lot.
No, I think it was expected. I feel like that fight was gonna happen. That's gonna happen with Michael Thomas when he gets back too. He's not gonna be on the same page as Jameis. Jameis is on page 95. Traquan's on page 1.5. Like, get on the same page. And Traquan was in the wrong. It wasn't Jameis's fault. So
you can say what you want about Jameis Winston, but he is a very memeable man. Just a heads up.
Yeah,
the look he gave.
He's a character. Cause he's probably like, bro, this is week 1. You just got here. Like, you've been going for 8 weeks.
I really despise that Jameis he got drafted by the Bucs and then he ended up on the Saints, because I liked Jameis in college and like I always wanted to root for him, but he's been on 2 of my rivals. Like, it's just I can't root for the man. Like, it hurts me.
He said Dylan said he needs a 30-minute segment every podcast on what you drink. Let him know, man. Let him know.
So today
we got this week.
I had it was a variety pack from Saranac. We had the Saranac Juicy Ale, the Saranac Session IPA, and the Saranac Little Hazy Ale.
He said it's always seltzer.
Nah, it hasn't been seltzer for about a month now.
But if Neil was over there, he'd be, yo, pass me one.
Pass me a nooner.
Pass me a nooner. All jokes aside though, I was throwing up and crying during the Saints game.
Oh yeah, you were just texting the group chat like, what game is this? The offense needs to get together.
Like, I don't know, man. But
yo, that DK play in the very first start of the game, I don't know what happened on that play, but ever since then, we didn't see DK touch the ball till the second half. Right after that,
clear lockup. It was lockup. Don't believe the hype. All the penalties and DK blocking Lattimore and putting him on the ground 2 times. Right. Don't let that distract you from he was getting strapped the rest of the game.
Right, and that's some way stats can be a little bit deceiving because we can see DK Metcalf go off for 1 play and then the rest of the game be shut down. So don't always check the stats before you look at them.
That's a fact. Yeah, Dylan was in the Discord with me while I was watching the game. Boy, I was in there by myself and I was screaming to the top of my lungs every single play on offense, bro. It was so bad. But we're gonna get out. Go ahead, Kenny. I
just can't understand like DK Metcalf we see it against Jalen Ramsey too. Like, the boy just he shuts down. Like, I understand that these are great corners, but you got to do something. He becomes non-existent, so it makes you really wonder how great is DK.
Who would you rather have on your offense, DK or Tyler Lockett?
See, that's the thing. I feel like Tyler
Lockett also depends what you need, yeah.
Right, but I feel
different play styles.
I feel like Lockett always produces, and I've seen DK Metcalf literally be taken out of games.
Right. I mean, yeah. Also, I believe that Tyler Lockett has a better catching ability than DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf just the bigger body and more athletic.
Right. Like, he has an absolutely freakish ability, freakish athleticism. Like, he's a stud. I'm not saying he's not a stud. But remember last year when everyone was crowning him, he's the next Julio, the next Calvin Johnson. This is why you don't do that stuff, because Julio and Calvin Johnson never look like that.
Yeah,
minus this year. For Julio, he's been a little injured. But
it's like when Pat Pete was like at the top of his game, like Julio was still putting up numbers. Like, you can't see it like people single-handedly take them. Right, that's just, like, you don't see them single-handedly take them guys out of the game. Like, they might not go for their typical 150, but they're going for like 97 on 10 catches. So.
Right. Then also for like a little Patriots update. I know you guys don't care, but I'm gonna say.
No, I was gonna go to them after they put up 54 points.
Oh yeah, hey, I mean, I guess that's a good thing. I mean, it's the Jets, so I'm not gonna tout it too highly because you're supposed to score highly on the Jets. Their defense has been
50-something points. I don't care who you're playing. That's impressive in that NFL game.
That's nice to hear for once. Like I said, Damien Harris went off, 100+ yards, 2 touchdowns. Let's see, Zach Wilson got hurt, sadly. He messed up his PCL, so it's me out 2 to 4 weeks. But now they have Joe Flacco, but they're not even going to use him. So that's
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. We'll talk about that after.
Yeah, thank you.
Some good notes for the Patriots. They didn't commit a turnover this game because they committed turnovers the last 4 or 5 games, so that's good. They didn't have to execute in the late stretch because they were already up by so much. So that's another good thing. Some bad things. They lost slot corner Jonathan Jones for the year. That's going to be very costly during the season because he's known, like I said, guarding those slot receivers. So it's just
good luck guarding Kyle Pitts.
That's going to be yeah. And J.C. Jackson's probably going to have be the one to guard him. J.C. Jackson.
Good luck.
Buffalo about to get into y'all.
It's going to be wild. Lost him. I think that's the main injury. Bro, also still missing a couple of O-linemen. But, I mean, I'm happy with the game, but we got to move on to next week because we face the Chargers. That's going to be an even tougher task. So, especially with no Jonathan Jones.
Where are you playing?
I think it's going to be at L.A. So, I mean, last year they played us.
Sorry.
Last time they beat them by blowout, but they're two completely different teams this year. So, we got to wait and see how that goes. So, it's going to be very interesting.
This guy. Bro, listen. Please stop.
I mean, we should alternate though. Like, he's not wrong. Like,
well, I haven't had the stadium. I just picked it randomly. Like,
randomly he picked his favorite stadium.
No. Listen.
Oh,
the shit is on
I've never seen Gillette up there.
I had the old thumb. I usually have the thumbnails in the background.
No, and you seen the Atlanta stadium?
We share the same. It's Mercedes Benz, so you don't even know what's going on.
Yours isn't. It's not Mercedes anymore. It's the Caesar Superdome. Shows how much you know about your team.
But I'm saying this one right here is still the Superdome. It's still, you feel me? Like,
it'd be nice to see
it's still there.
Yeah, because Mercedes got off of them. So we don't want to be with these bums no more. We have the Falcon Stadium. We don't need this nonsense.
Bro, why is this a thing? Nil, shut the fuck up in the chat. How about that?
No, because what he did there while he's watching,
you dodged a lot of wreck today by not being here.
That's disgusting. What he just said.
What he said?
The chat, they call it the super shelter.
Yeah, it is. That's bad.
That's
bad.
terrible.
That's bad.
He probably already has like a whole statue.
But not kidding. What were you about to say about Joe Flacco?
I'm just curious here. Could anyone break down to me why the Jets would even give up even a 7th round pick for Joe Flacco? Like, do the Jets think they're playing for the playoffs this year?
They must be.
Because I'm just confused on why you trade for a quarterback in a year when you know it's a rebuilding year anyways. Am I missing something?
I mean,
could someone explain it to me?
If you could try to flip it, maybe a mentor. I guess that's the only way I can see it, to be honest.
But if you wanted a mentor, why didn't you get him a mentor in the offseason?
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
That's the only thing I can think of, to be honest.
It's been a rebuild. It's been rebuilt since 2010.
But I'm not disagreeing. But okay, let's say trading for Joe Flacco keeps you in playoff contention. Then if
you got 1 minute in the building,
where you at?
If you think you're in playoff contention with Zach Wilson, he gets hurt. You think bringing in Joe Flacco keeps you in playoff contention?
I don't know, man.
Right? I mean, and that's not even the worst part of it. The worst part of it is they're starting. Madden NFL career player Mike White over Joe Flacco.
And then Flacco's not even the backup this week because they elevated Josh Johnson from the practice squad.
Oh, he's third string?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's right back. He's right back in Philly.
So that's my point. Is I don't understand why you trade even a 7th round pick for him. What is the point behind it?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
It doesn't make sense to me.
We have Super Bowl experience.
What about you, Joe Flacco? What'd you see from the Falcons this week? Some positives, some negatives.
I'm very pleased with what I see. Kyle Pitts is absolutely coming alive the past 2 games. Like, him and Matt Ryan's chemistry is unbelievable for the guy who's only played in 6 NFL games.
It took 6-7 weeks.
Yeah, Cordell Patterson is absolutely a stud in this offense. Like, it took forever for a coach to figure out how to use him, but they said it throughout the whole broadcast on Sunday. Like, he's not a running back, he's not a receiver, he's a football player. Just put him out there, get him the ball, let him make plays. Calvin Ridley still hasn't even got going yet, which is, I mean, great. We have 3 wins, and Calvin Ridley hasn't had a breakout game yet. Like, Russell Gage is still getting his feet under him, but we saw him catch a bomb. Our offensive line, which was absolutely garbage all year, but since week 2 has only allowed, or either since week 2 or the past 2 weeks, can't remember, has only allowed 2 sacks. Like, that's big. I don't care who you play, don't only allow 2 sacks. That's huge. Our defense still stinks, But our offense is finally coming around, and that's I said in the beginning of the year. We just have to score 40 points because our offense is going to allow 39. So,
right. crazy logic. Dangerous logic right there.
Well, no, see that's my thing though. I will agree with this. If the Jets were really just looking to bring someone in to start and play, I'm going to sign Cam rather than give up draft capital to bring in Joe Flacco. Like that, right. I will agree with. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, we got Woodman in the chat, man. How you feeling about the Vikings? Let us know how you feel. What y'all feel about the Vikings since Woodman is here?
My only issue with the Vikings is they have a very tough road left in front of them. So,
in fact, Dylan, my twin.
They'll be in the hunt, but I just think they have a tough schedule in front of them. So it's gonna they have the Rams, they have the Packers twice, the Cowboys, the Ravens, the Chargers, the Steelers. Right. And their easy games considered are Lions, Niners, and Bears twice. Like, it's not impossible, but it's a tough road in front of them.
Right. And also, side note, Kirk Cousins has been playing better as of late.
He said facts, Dylan, my twin.
I think Kirk Cousins has been playing better than he has in previous years for Minnesota. It's just I feel like the team solely depends on whether or not Dalvin Cook is healthy, which is some trouble here and there because we know what Jefferson and Thielen can do, but if they don't establish that run game, it's trouble.
We know Dalvin Cook is not going to be healthy. Like I say it all the time. You know he's only going to be healthy for 12 to 13 games. You just hope it's the right 12 to 13.
Right. Do you think they should move on from him?
No, first of all, they can't. They put too much money into him now.
Yeah. Right.
Well, but they put it up. They could move on from him, but I'm not eating that dead cat. Is what I'm like. It's not worth it to me. Like I'm not paying you to play for someone else.
Yo, man.
I think.
Also, I just want to get back to the Falcons real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. He put up some stats.
No, not even stats, but I'm still hurt, and it still hurts me to this day that Julio Jones is not on the Falcons. But I will say, Terry Fontenot made a phenomenal decision, and he didn't. He came in as a new GM with a new regime and said, "I'm not going to play with my heart. We don't have any Falcons for life here. You're not happy. Kyle Pitts is going to be on our team. Bye, Julio." And I cried myself to sleep a little bit when we lost him. It hurt my soul. It hurt my spirit. But guess what? The Falcons look like Kyle Pitts is going to be an absolute stud, and Julio Jones only played in 2 games this year. And for those saying, well, he's been injury prone, he has not been injury prone. So I don't know how they saw the writing on the wall because he only had 2 seasons in his whole career where he's ever missed games.
If you ask me, I feel like he went to the wrong team.
Yes, that was my whole thing.
Where should he have gone, Lawrence?
Anywhere that passes the ball, not Tennessee.
Okay,
not a team that sits there and runs pro style. He's not.
And the thing
at this point in his career, you need to be able to move him around, empty formations, 2x2 sets, all of that. Like that pro style, like AJ Brown can do that because he has the youth to do that.
The Rams don't need another receiver deal. They go to LA.
Well, what's crazy
everybody in LA.
Like he wanted to
go
to
cat though.
They said he wanted to go to Tennessee, but like if you're looking at Tennessee's system and stuff, this is like what blew my mind. We hired their offensive coordinator, so why did you want to go to the team? Just like I don't know, it did. The whole saga made no sense to me, but I don't know.
We should have went to the Packers, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah, that's a team you should like. I'd be like, get me with Aaron Rodgers and DA, but
hey.
I think if the Bills got to go to Nashville, they lose that game again. The Titans are a different animal at home. I don't know what it is, but they are.
It's just their defense has been lacking lately. But hopefully they get that fixed.
Oh my! All right, yeah, let's get to it. Arizona frauds.
Can you play that clip?
No, I deleted that. I'm not playing that. I'm not playing that bullshit. That propaganda. When Neil talks, it's propaganda. You saw it today. Full display.
But I will say. I still don't think that Arizona is the best team in the NFL. So I mean, you could say, like,
I don't think they need to be though.
No. I'm not saying, but I mean, I see a lot of people think because they're 7-0, it's like, well, it's obvious they're the best team in the NFL. No, it's not. It goes deeper than that. Like they're not.
Right. Just because they're undefeated doesn't mean they're actually the best team in the NFL.
Right.
You got to look at it like roster size, strength of schedule, stuff like that. There's a lot of other factors.
And I don't think that they're frauds or they're bad. Like they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to be one of the top.
They're a top team.
And they're probably going to win this game. They're going to win this game because now Lazard's out and Aaron Rodgers owned the receiver he looks at is out of the game.
Yeah. But do we think that
it's Aaron Rodgers though?
I'm gonna say
it's AR. Like,
a lot of times
he gonna make it work.
Like as dumb as it sounds, this might be the game where Aaron Rodgers has like the best game of the season.
Valdez, Scantling.
There's no one here. Randall Cobb, Robert Tonyan game. Oh yeah, we out here. Like
MVS here and there. Just cause
you got St. Brown too. St. Brown is he's kind of like Lazard, big target.
Like let's be real. Like Rodgers makes a lot of these. Like Alan Lazard and MVS wouldn't have a job if Aaron Rodgers wasn't their quarterback. Like so, it's, obviously DA is DA. Like okay, but like let's not act like Rodgers can't elevate these mid-level guys in the next year.
Aaron Jones might have like an Alvin Kamara type game.
Whoever has Tanya, whatever his name is, you about to feast. 20-point game is gonna happen. I feel like.
I think it's the Randall Cobb game, bro.
Randall Cobb.
Yeah, he fought to get him back. He's been peppering on the offense, and now there's no DA there. Listen, when he gets nervous, where's Randy at?
Right.
It's just classic instinct.
He'll probably have MVS, and then he'll have St. Brown on the outside, and then probably have him in the slot.
Yeah, it's going to be a Tonyan and Cobb game. And obviously Aaron Jones. Like, to me, those are the guys you want to – if you have fantasy, those are the guys you put in your lineup this week.
Who's he talking? He's like, didn't you have the opportunity? Didn't you have the chance to put him in the dirt?
He did.
I think they're saying every time you hit like Kyle Murray's automatic flag.
I'm just checking. He had the opportunity. They're gonna play again. I don't know. I feel like I like the Cardinals. Like they got the thing is he has like 6 to 7 people to throw the ball to. Like that is like very hard to defend. Like
that's where Julio should have gone. Arizona. Before they signed
another
AJ
weapon?
Before they brought in AJ Green. No, but I'm saying so. Where else should that's where he should have gone.
Danger.
Come over the young quarterback.
No. Keep him in the AFC.
Oh, I mean, I'm fine, but I'm just saying, like,
that would have been crazy.
Like Tennessee wouldn't have been on my short list. Like,
that would have been crazy.
If you're Larry Fitzgerald, do you think you would come back right now?
No.
Just let them do their thing.
He's collected his contracts. He's one of the best ever. He has nothing to prove anymore.
Right. Imagine he like pops up like the last game of the season. Hey, I'm back, and just gets a Super Bowl. That'd be wild.
Did he retire? I don't think he did. Right?
No, he's just not playing.
I think he's too loyal to play for anyone else, but he wants a ring. But like, I think he's like the Vince Carter though, where he doesn't just want to be on a team and get a ring. He wants to actually be a contributor and get a ring. Like Vince Carter could have signed with the Warriors and got a ring, but said, "Nah, fam, I'm not doing that."
He said Larry tight end too. Duh.
Yeah, you wish. He's saying put Larry Fitzgerald at tight end too.
Oh Lord, that would be great. Yeah, right. And he this ain't the same Larry Fitzgerald that can catch a slant and bounce off people.
Right.
He gonna probably
he can play go down immediately.
He gonna probably break.
No. Imagine trying to chip someone off the line.
He going down.
In Madden for him, it's user catch every single time right to the ground, just to avoid contact.
How do y'all? Another thing too is I've been watching another team. We grew up with Nick Bruzation and shit. Is the Raiders. Raiders are playing way better. Go ahead. Wait, hold on. Before you say this, let me get because I already know you're about to negate everything I said. We already see this. We see this every year.
They're frauds.
They're frauds. They're going. But now I feel like even the player said it. It's just a different energy with him being gone. Gruden being gone. So go ahead.
They said it was a different energy when he got there too, and they did the same. I'm just saying, like we've seen the Raiders start off hot, like we've seen them do this before. Literally the past 2 years, they had this record, and then what happens at the end of the year? So I'm just saying, prove to me. Listen.
What are they? 5-2?
5-2, yeah.
Or 4-2.
I'm
5-2.
5-2
in
this situation.
They have a bye week this week.
This week, that's what it is. Okay.
I may as well be from Missouri, the show me state, because they got to show me. It's done. I'm not buying into the hype.
Washington defense is Washington in general is just disappointing this season.
Basura.
We've been saying this little by little every week.
Also, side note for the Raiders. I I just feel like there's some pieces missing still. The offensive line isn't what it used to be. I feel like they're missing like a Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper sized hole. Like I don't know how they would get those talents, but I think they need players like that.
They're making up for it. Max Crosby.
I don't think. I mean, obviously, getting rid of Khalil Mack in a vacuum, that sounds crazy. But they got Josh Jacobs out of it, who was great when they got him. Like they got Max Crosby out of it. Like when you look at
Max Crosby's been good this year.
He's playing out of his mind.
Right. If Josh Jacobs can get healthy and play the way he did the last couple of weeks, that run game could be decent.
Bro, listen, this is another thing too. Before I go to the next game I wanted to bring up, or the next team, is people go ahead and get quarterbacks and they throw them in shitty situations. How about you build the other positions first,
Josh Rosen,
and then go get a quarterback?
I've said it
because you're setting them up for failure.
Yep, I've said it to you guys. I said it on the podcast. I said it to my friends. It sounds dumb. People, the last part of your rebuild should be the quarterback.
How many quarterbacks? Go. Like I was gonna say, how many quarterbacks have we seen where they've actually come in and made a difference? The last one to do it is what I would say, Deshaun Watson.
No, Andrew Luck, because Watson, the Texans were making the playoffs still.
That's true. You're right.
He just made him better. Like Andrew Luck, remember the year when they had no Peyton Manning and they had Curtis?
That was that 2012.
Yeah, we were seniors in high school.
So like almost a decade ago, that's all you need to know. Like these quarterbacks, like these teams need to stop drafting quarterbacks and they need to start worrying about other positions.
Like, because for example, we saw Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, Dwayne Haskins, guys that were very highly touted coming out of college. Like, you can't tell me that they're all bad. I'm sorry. It's just it doesn't work like that. But when you put them on a team when there's no one else around them, what do you want them to do? Now, grant if you do it the right way, where you build up every other piece first, and then you say, okay, now let me get my quarterback. I think that works out better for you.
Who's Dylan talking about? Justin Fields was crying on the sideline?
Was he?
He wasn't crying. It was the meme made it. They were.
Yeah,
he definitely was not crying.
Yeah, Dylan. I don't know. I think you gotta turn on the Bears game. And even if he was crying, I wouldn't blame him. His coach is throwing him under the bus. His line doesn't block for him.
He's another perfect example of a guy that is going to be called a bust and all this, yada, yada, yada. Right. He's
never going to get an opportunity to develop because it's just like a bad situation.
Like, honestly, to me, I think Washington is probably doing it the right way. Could they have gone and got a quarterback? Sure, but, I mean, I guess their front office knew more than the rest of us, obviously, and said we're not there yet, so let's build everything else up, and then we'll get our guy.
I'm about to say, anyone who have tears in their eyes, I think I hit 32 times in a game.
That's a fact. You might just accidentally get tears in your eyes getting hit 32 times.
If I get hit 32 times in a game, you better not be talking to me on the sideline. Like, there should be nothing being said to me. Like, just block.
Now, Woodman, you're 100% right, too. But if you're the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence on the board, you're right. You can't pass on him. But talking like for different examples, there's certain situations where you can't just – or you don't just go and get a quarterback just to get the quarterback.
Right. The next game, the next team is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Who they?
How y'all feeling about them?
They're another good example of a team that didn't just get a quarterback. They waited. They held on to Andy Dalton forever. Then Joe Burrow's finally available. They had the one pick that said, okay, now we get our guy.
They made the trades. They got the pickups in fantasy free agency for the past 2 years.
Yep.
You had Von Bell. You had Trey Hendrickson. Now they're crucial pieces.
Also, to build up that wide receiver core, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and Mark.
They knew what they were doing. The year they drafted Joe Burrow, that same draft they bring in T. Higgins, and the next year they bring in Jamar Chase, his buddy. Like they're doing everything.
T. Higgins what? T. Higgins was second round, right?
Yeah, they grabbed him the first pick of the second round. I couldn't believe he fell to the second round, but
yeah. From Clemson, right, too?
Yep.
I think? Yeah.
Right. So what's the ceiling for the Bengals this year? Like, where do you see them, like, ending up?
Their ceiling is a wild card team still to me.
Yeah, like, I think, and I was going to say the same thing. Like, I think they're going to hit that wall where Joe Burrow is going to probably have those games where he turns the ball over and it's going to cost them. But at the same time, they're going to go into bigger games and compete and probably win some of them, too.
Right.
Well,
and we just saw that, too.
You know, like they say, the rookie wall. Like Joe Burrow was technically hurt last year, so he was going to hit a rookie wall. Jamar Chase is going to hit a rookie wall. T. Higgins played last year, but he didn't play like all season. He came on late, so he's probably going to hit a rookie wall. Like these are with a young team, you start off this hot. they're not going to finish 14-2. We know, like they're going to lose some more games on the road, and Baltimore's not. Baltimore's going to make up for it.
Shout out to the front office. Shout out to their front office for going to get Joey B, his guy.
Yeah, I mean, literally everybody was wrong because everybody on draft day
including myself.
Get it, but you should have drafted Penny Sewell. I think everybody said that, but it worked out. This is why they get paid a lot of money, and we sit here and talk on YouTube once a week.
Hey, they're wrong.
Since they have weapons, like they have the receiving core, they have the running.
Joe Mixon has been good this season. He's got to stay healthy.
We see CJ Uzomah is a very good tight end.
Mm-hmm. Defense is young and fast.
Oh yeah, OL heavy, especially for the Bengals this offseason and draft.
But now they can. They have every other piece. So now it's literally offensive line and depth pieces. Like they have their pass rusher. Trey Hendrickson is a stud. So you have all the important pieces.
Maybe like secondary and linebacker core as well,
tackle.
probably.
Oh yeah, but you have your important pieces. The important pieces in the NFL. You need a shutdown corner, a left tackle, a stud quarterback, and an edge rusher. Those are what you need.
Woodman said, "Can you spell the tight end's name?"
Is Uzomah.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Uzomah. I don't fucking know.
It's Uzomah how you say it.
Uzomah.
Uzomah.
Yeah, I think
I was right, baby.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think that's what it was.
Hey.
But yeah, he's playing well. I don't know. They're doing well, man. Like
who he play for?
AFC North. You got Baltimore's up there. What are they, 5-2 right now?
Yeah. Baltimore and Cincy about 5-2.
Right. So man, like we were saying this at the beginning, like the balance to the league, like the Bengals are like 5-2. Like when is the last time that's happened?
Who they say they're gonna beat them Bengals? When
Who they? Who they?
So off topic, but take gonna violate the. Yeah, that's not even gonna be a fight. And I kind of want to put some money down on a knockout.
Ooh.
To be honest.
Don't just be your Seahawks and Cardinals.
Let's not hop off NFL. Let's not back in.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into a whole different tangent.
All right. That's gonna be IBTE Sports Plus when we talk about boxing.
Pay for the subscription. Patreon.
It's only $6 a month.
How y'all feeling about Carson Wentz?
I mean, I feel like he's good in that system, and I felt like we knew he would be.
I think this offense is going to be a lot better going into the end of the season. Obviously, he struggled with health issues. He injured both his ankles. Reports are saying he's finally healthy now, so that's a good thing. They got back Quentin Nelson, a very important offensive line piece. I think the game before, this game, like last week or the week before that, so that's good. I think one of the main problems of that Colts offense was the red zone offense, and we saw that clicking there in the rain against San Fran. So as long as they get those issues together, I think they could have a chance to make the playoffs.
I mean, and Jonathan Taylor is a stud. Michael Pittman is a stud. Like, they have the right pieces around them. We said it before the season started. Carson Wentz was absolutely great when Frank Reich was his offensive coordinator. Now he's his head coach. Like, this is what we should be seeing.
They're starting to get healthy too, so they haven't been really healthy the first couple of weeks. So
no, like they're going to be they'll be pushing for that last wild card spot. I don't know if they'll get it, but they'll be pushing for it.
Right.
See what else.
Also, we got to see T.Y. get healthy as well. I think if he gets healthy, that offense could even be more dynamic. Mo Alley Cox has been a decent addition. He wasn't a big yardage guy as of late, but he's there for those like short touchdowns if you need him in the red zone.
The Colts perfectly. They always hit on tight end. You know, they had Ebron and Jack Doyle there with Mo Alley Cox as the third guy. Now that you have Jack Doyle, Mo Alley Cox now, like they don't utilize their tight end extremely, but they know they get the right guys in there.
Yeah, I really haven't seen much of Jack Doyle this year. I've seen more like Mo Alley Cox plays, but hey, whatever works for you guys.
Right.
Nah, Doyle's definitely out there. I seen them flattening people on blocks and on runs and shit. So he's definitely out there.
It's just not the way everyone wants to see it as like a flashy catching tight end. The tight ends are there to do some of the dirty work as well. A national tight end day.
We got to talk about the Titans though, because They just destroyed the Chiefs after just beating the Bills. I mean, every week it seems like we're claiming a new team is the best team, the best team, the best team. And the Titans are quietly 5-2 and just beating everybody that we think are the best team.
Yeah, I think this is the team that everyone was expecting right out the gate, to be honest. Like with Derrick Henry completely destroying everyone. A.J. Brown finally catching his stride the last 2 weeks. All they need is, I think the secondary is a little weak and Julio Jones needs to get healthy. But Titans are looking good so far, like halfway through.
But that's what's scary, though, is like their secondary is weak, and we know it's weak, and the Chiefs put up 3 points on them. We never said the problem with the Chiefs was their offense. We all knew the problem was their defense. For you to hold Patrick Mahomes to 3 points with a weak secondary, that's crazy. Like, that's insane.
Bro, I don't know what's going on with them, but
Pat got strangled his brother.
I would too. I was holding off on saying they're in trouble, but they're in trouble.
They're in trouble.
Yeah,
like it's
bad.
Because the problem
he said Pat gonna strangle his he said Pat's gonna strangle his brother.
Dylan, if you're watching stuff.
Corvette.
The problem to me is that the defense is so bad that when the offense gets the ball, Pat is pressing so hard that he's making mistakes that he would never make. Like you saw it in Washington where he's falling to the ground, he just throws the ball up in the air trying to make a play. That's a play Pat Mahomes doesn't do. But now they're down by 10 points, so he feels like I can't take a sack. But instead of taking the sack, they're turning into fumbles and interceptions now because he's pressing too hard.
Yeah, a lot of pressure, but hey, man, half $1 billion.
No, right. And another thing that no one's talking about, when the Chiefs were the Chiefs, like, look, they had Kareem Hunt running the ball like amazing, and then when Kareem Hunt was out, they substituted in Damien Williams to run the ball well. Well, at the beginning of this year, CEH was not running the ball well, and now CEH is gone. I think that we weren't giving enough credit to the run game.
Right.
Yeah,
also,
the run game is crucial in football. No matter what people feel like, when you see the quarterback run pass the ball 60 times in a game, that's not sustainable. You can't win games like that.
We even saw in the Super Bowl, they abandoned the run game and they got torched. Like it's just they fall in love with the pass, which like, oh, how could you not? Patrick Mahomes is your quarterback, but you have to have some sort of balance. And right now, there is no balance there. They ran the ball 13 times last week. 13 times. That's nuts. And 6 of those carries were Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, because usually running the games opens up so much like other things for the offense. You own the ball a lot, play action, like trick plays, other stuff. So
Brandon Stanley, he said it best. It brings the physicality to the game, that the things that are unknown to like the spectator. Like we watch and we want to see like 60 passes a game, but you don't know if you run the ball 25 times, that linebacker is gonna want to check out of he probably wants to punch his time clock out early in the game. If you're running the ball down, especially if you got like Derrick Henry or somebody, like
who gets even stronger as the game goes on.
Could you like linebackers when they're in the film room, they know they about to get 240-pound 6'3" running back 35 times. You have the opportunity to tackle him.
No, Woodman's 100% right. He said like we might see that with the Bills in the playoffs, like we did last year. It's 100%. Like that's the Bills' biggest downfall, and it's not even that the Bills don't have a running game; they just don't even try to use it. Like Devin Singletary and Zach Moss is not a bad tandem. They just say, "Oh, we're just gonna give the ball to Josh Allen and go." Like, and running the ball with your quarterback does not count as a run game for me. Like, I'm sorry, like you still need to run the ball. Like when the Ravens were dominant that year. Yeah, Lamar was running the ball, but they were giving handoffs to their running back.
Option's not going to work every time.
Right, like you need to run the ball with your running back. Like even if you're not getting anything, you just need to keep the defense honest. And right now, everybody knows if I play Kansas City, I can play cover 2, Tampa 2, and just put 2 safeties high and tell them you're not going to beat me over the top with Tyreek Hill, and that's what's happening.
Right. Also, side note, I think Daryl Williams has done decent as like CH replacement, but minus the Tennessee game because they obviously abandoned the run.
Yeah.
But I think he could be decent while he's gone.
Last week they gave him 5 carries for 20 yards. So he averaged 4 yards a carry, but you only gave him the ball 5 times. like what?
You gotta have that Marshawn Lynch mentality, bro. Like, listen. You gotta have that mentality, you feel me? Go ahead, that mentality.
In my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take that over and 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 over again. You're just not gonna want that. Think there's a deeper metaphor there? Run through a motherfucker face.
Oh damn. Guys,
and then he said, "Then you ain't gotta worry about it no more." That's really Tennessee, bro. That's really Tennessee's mentality, bro. They come in the game like, and I can relate to this too. In like college, like the coach who come in, probably the OC is probably like, we about to run the ball 40 times, no matter who touches the ball. We about to run 40 times. Derek, you know you about to get 27. Maybe 35.
Yeah, I would say 27. What are you talking about? 27. If Mick Nichols touched the field for more than 5 steps, something went wrong.
Hey, he get his carries in though. He get his carries in here and there, but not a lot. He get like at max 5. You feel me? Like right. That's really how it is. Like, and Woodman could attest to his defense. Like,
and listen, if the season ends today, Derrick Henry is your MVP. If the season keeps up at this rate and Derrick Henry does not win the MVP award, we need to have a serious conversation about they need to make a separate category because this is just ridiculous.
No, we're gonna start a petition. If you don't win it, we starting a petition to overturn.
They're gonna give him Offensive Player of the Year.
But it's so nonsensical because I do understand like the quarterback is super valuable and it's the most valuable. I get that point. But if you take Derrick Henry out for this Titans team, they're 2-5 instead of 5-2.
Right, he should win MVP. But they're gonna do him dirty and give him Offensive Player of the Year.
Yo, listen, Marshawn Lynch, bro, he one of the greatest, bro. He said over and over and over and over and over.
He should be a 2-time Super Bowl champion.
He said, is there a deeper metaphor here? Run through a motherfucker face. Then you ain't got to worry about him no more.
Right.
That's
one of a
funny,
kind.
Bro. That's too funny.
National treasure.
Skittles God.
Yeah, he is. He's a legend, man. Like, that's a regular, everyday person in the eye of, like, the people. Like, Jesus. Oh, man. But, what else we want to get into here? Fantasy, we haven't really talked about fantasy.
We'll see that for next week.
Yeah,
we can just give a little update.
Oh yeah.
We'll
just a little sweet update on how both Kenny's teams are in the playoffs.
We also have an update on our.
Hey, listen, me too. You feel me? I'm in there.
Just a little.
I'm in
there. Me too.
One of them, a 5-way tie, and the other one 5-2.
Oh, I know what we got to talk about.
What happened?
The best division in the NFC.
Oh yeah.
The only division that's gonna in the NFC that's gonna put 3 teams in the playoffs this year.
Any guesses in the chat? Just think think of what Kenny's talking about in the chat.
Before he says anything here.
Listen, there's one division in the NFC that is clearly going to be considered the superior division in the NFC. It's clear. It's clear as day. We all know I'm not talking about the NFC East because they just have one playoff team, the Dallas Cowboys. We all know I'm not talking about the NFC North because they just have one playoff team, the Green Bay Packers. Oh, so kind of you must be talking about the NFC West. They are the clear superior division in the NFC. No, I am not. The NFC West are going to get the Cardinals and the Rams, and the NFC South are going to get 3 teams in the playoffs. No one talked about the NFC South heading into the year. It was all Tom Brady's going to run away with this thing. There's no Drew Brees. The Saints stink. Oh, Sam Darnold, the Panthers, they suck. Oh, the Falcons, new coach. Well, let me tell you something about the NFC South. The Bucs are going to make it. The Saints are going to make it. And the Falcons are going to make it. There's going to be 3 teams out of the NFC South going to the playoffs this year. So if anybody wants to hate on divisions, they're not going to be able to hate on the NFC South.
Lawrence, do you agree with that?
Look at the numbers. As of today, right now,
hey, listen,
the Falcons have the 8th seed right behind Minnesota, and if you look at the schedules going forward, the Falcons have the easier schedule than Minnesota.
And another thing too is, Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I don't care what Neil.
Bro, anytime for the most part on the podcast, all right, just IBTE Sports, I try to leave this. I try to leave Who That Nation out of it, Because soon as I open my mouth, Kenny comes after me. If I open up my mouth, Neil comes at me because Neil thinks the Rams are all God tier, that they're untouchable, and there's no other team in the NFC. But Saints are 4-2 right now. Kenny says after 2-3 more weeks, Falcons got the easiest schedule out of the whole NFL.
Right now we have the 18th toughest schedule, so we're middle of the road. But the teams that are in front of us, Minnesota, and then Carolina's tied with us. Carolina has the second toughest schedule.
Even won a game yet.
And Minnesota has the third toughest schedule remaining. I mean, Dylan can talk, but their only win was against us. I mean, so yeah, that's terrible for us. But like, you guys are.
Atlanta has 3 wins, right? 3.
Yeah, we're 3-3.
Yeah. Okay.
If you look at our remaining games, we have the Bucks once, the Cowboys once, the Bills once. Those are real tough games. Then you have the Saints twice, which those are tough games. I'm not considering that.
Stop the cap.
But then we get the Lions, the Jags, the Niners, the Panthers twice, and the Patriots. Those are all winnable games. Whereas the Vikings have the Bears twice, yes, the Niners, okay, the Lions. But then your tough games are you have the Rams, you have the Packers twice still, you have the Cowboys, you have the Ravens, you have the Chargers, and you have the Steelers.
Tough road out there.
Right, it's a tough road ahead. If you look at the schedule going forward, the Falcons are in a better position to make the playoffs than.
I'm not saying I disagree with them, but another thing too is I've always felt like the South was there. It just needed more consistency from I would say the last obviously 5 years or so. It needed more consistency from the Falcons or the Panthers to show up.
No, not the Falcons. The Falcons have only been bad the past 2 years. It's been the Bucks and the Panthers. No, the Bucks.
Lawrence was this close. This close.
Because
right here.
The Bucks and the Panthers have been the problem.
You had me in the first half.
The Falcons.
But I always felt like the NFC South. I was about to say the Saints division.
Woodman, you don't play the Falcons. That's the problem. You play against the Rams, the Packers twice, the Cowboys, the Ravens, the Chargers, and the Steelers. Like you don't put. We're not on your schedule.
That's tough, bro.
It's not a head-to-head matchup. That's
Woodman. That's tough, bro. That's a tough road to, bro.
Where we have
sports podcast. We got a hot take. Kenny says the NFC South is gonna have 3 teams going to the playoffs, man.
Wait, speaking of that,
listen, I agree with him. Based on the information. I'm not saying it's a guarantee. I can see it happening though.
It's a good chance.
But I know the Saints. I know the Saints gonna be there, but it's up to the Falcons to do their business.
Phil, I'm gonna do it. I'm pulling the Charles Barkley. I guarantee it.
Oh, clip it. Guarantee, Charles Barkley guarantee. Also, side note, before we move on, Kenny is also going to have a segment on the IG page starting next week, of course. He's going to have a hot take of the week, and you guys, the audience, are going to decide if it's a hot take or a cold take. So every Wednesday, maybe like noonish or 1-ish, make sure you guys check the IG page to see what hot take Kenny has and see if you agree with it, and then we'll bring it up and see what the percentages are during the show. So make sure you guys tune in for that.
Yes, and also we're going to start doing – we did it a little late on Sunday morning, so we're going to start at Saturday evenings. Along with our start or who you starting, we're going to take fantasy football questions and ask us, and we'll get back to you on what we think.
Well, time to make some body counts to ask about my sleeper league team.
Boy,
where are you at 27? Who would you rather start?
Boy, them teams looking cool. Y'all need some prayers on Sundays.
Absolutely.
I know you be praying.
Especially in the 1-5 or 1-6, absolutely.
Your team is in complete disarray.
Yeah, Phil, you can't even rely on points. You got to win them. You got to win out in that league to get to the playoffs. Like
the other one, 4-3 is not too bad.
Points are not an option.
Right. Hey, at least I'm like 6th in the other one, so technically I have a shot. I have a better shot than that one. So.
Because I'm 3-4 in this one, and it's 9. Well, I got 954.
Yeah, I sent out the playoff list today.
So, and they're also on the IG page as well, or the updated rankings and stuff like that. They actually fit everything on the page, so.
Nice. Kenny, Woodman, Vicente, Rel, Otto, Owen. you're not. You're in the playoffs, Phil, for this one. I think.
Yeah, the one I'm 6, I believe. It should be 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, for you're 4-3. Yeah, and then I think I'm taking up the last spot because I'm 954.
Yeah, if you look at in the picture I sent today, I put what the playoff rankings are. Because Sleeper's not going to show. Like if you go to the Sleeper playoff seedings, they're not going to show it because we're doing that different 8th spot.
Right.
Which I will tell the viewers again, it was the greatest invention that I ever discovered in one of my other leagues, and I will do it in every league that I run now. Whatever playoff format you use, if you use 6 teams, use 8 teams, your last seed of the playoffs, in my opinion, should go to whoever has the highest points scored that's not in the playoffs. For example, in one league, I am 2-5 in our league. But I
got the last spot.
Yeah, but I've scored the 4th most points in our league. It's an absolute sin that my team wouldn't make the playoffs. But it's okay because we give our last spot to the guy that scores the most points.
Oh, he's talking about LaMelo, I'm guessing.
Absolutely not. He's talking about the GOAT. He's talking
because LaMelo had to catch an L last night to the Celtics, or the night before.
He's talking about the GOAT. Where is it?
Said the GOAT.
He's talking about the GOAT. Carmelo
Anthony.
We out here.
Nice.
He said, "Yeah, let him know, Kenny."
28 points, moved to 9th all scoring all time.
My boy's about to carry LeBron to a ring this year.
Not you too. At least I know you're at least
right now too.
At least I know you're kidding though. Dylan is that serious.
Kenny's serious. What do you mean?
No, he's not. He's not that delusional. He's not as delusional as Dylan. Dylan really convinced that Melo is going to be the reason for every single win this year.
Oh. Technically, he's 1 for 1. Technically, right now.
All right, what we got for the picks? Let's see.
The picks this week, first game.
Can we get an update real quick with the standings?
Oh yeah, standings. Okay. We got in first place with 77 correct picks is Kenny. In second place with 74 correct picks is Phil.
Tragic.
In third place with 73 correct picks is Lawrence. And in last with 68 is Neil.
Tragic.
So tough week, Lawrence.
Tough week.
Very tough week.
A lot of upsets.
I mean, not really.
From my point of view.
Yeah, Green Bay versus Washington. Truly an upset. Green Bay should not have won that game.
Oh, Atlanta over Miami. Yeah, woo, big upset.
Yeah, upset.
Yeah, we both picked Miami. Yeah. So who we got?
All right, first game is tomorrow's game. Green Bay at Arizona. Philip, where do you stand?
I mean, the obvious one would be, obvious pick here would be Arizona with all those weapons, and they're coming off. Are they coming off by? Oh no. They
have a bye week 13. Praise the fantasy gods.
I think this is going to be an unexpected shootout, but I think the Cardinals win by less than a touchdown. So I'm going to go with them. I think the Packers put on a show, and so the Cardinals, but I think it's going to be a late touchdown for the Cardinals to win.
Neil, Neil's taking Arizona. I was going to ask you in the chat. Perfect. Thank you.
Did all that shit talking.
Right, all this shit talking about their fraud. Lawrence, who you got?
Hey, man. Fantasy implications, you know. I'm taking Arizona, man.
I wish I had the hat around here. Lone Wolf. Oh, Green Bay, baby! I got a 3-game lead. I can take the chances. We're going.
Please do. Hopefully.
Yep. We're going for it. You know what? Because Aaron Rodgers is going to put on a show, and Arizona is not going undefeated. So until they lose, well, I'm not going to pick against every week. That'd be silly. But Green Bay, I'm picking you.
Wow.
This week.
This what happened. This what happened last year. I chipped away at the lead because Kenny.
But you didn't chip away at the lead this week.
No, I'm talking about like continuously. I'm going to continue chipping away.
No,
I did bad. I could be really competing right now. I did bad last week. That was really bad. Bad performance for me.
Second game we'll go with is Tennessee at Indy. Now, Tennessee has been extremely well. They played great at home, but on the road, they also lost to the Jets. They're on the road this week. Does that sway anybody? Neil, who you got? Put it in the chat. Tennessee or Indy?
I'll go with Tennessee. And I think the Colts have been on a very good streak lately. I think the offense has been clicking, but Tennessee is a lot hotter right now. And I think AJ Brown has another great game in him. It's also going to be the Derrick Henry versus Jonathan Taylor show. I think Derrick Henry's going to be slightly greater.
Tennessee.
I'm also going with Tennessee. I'm just not going to take my chances of picking the Colts.
Damn. Oh, there's someone messaging you to take the Colts.
Oh, no. People are liking my Syracuse preseason tweet.
I'm going to go with...
hey, Hollywood.
I'm going to go with Indy.
Ooh.
Trying to gain ground. That's all that is.
Gain ground, and I don't know. I like the Colts right now.
So now
Tennessee's on fire though. Tennessee's on fire, but it is what it is.
Well, every week we crown someone the next best. They get smacked the next week. So
that's true
right.
too.
We mostly picked Buffalo. Next thing that's smacked by Tennessee.
Well, yeah, Baltimore was the best team in the NFL last week, and they got killed by Cincy. So
right.
Tampa Bay at New Orleans. I'm going with Tampa.
I'm going Tampa as well.
You already know.
Chris Godwin has a game. Fantasy implications, as Lawrence says. Chris Godwin, let's go.
Straps.
Hey, you can't do straps all over the field. There's a lot of players.
That's very true.
My problem
enough to cover.
Like we said when we opened the podcast talking about the Saints, 13 points is not going to cut it against Tom Brady.
Neil has Tampa as well.
That is fucking facts. Facts.
I'm not saying that Tampa's defense is good by any means, but their offense is going to score more than 13. So, and our last pick for this week, we have.
Oh, did Lawrence pick the Saints?
Yeah, he picked the Saints.
Come on, son.
Oh, I didn't hear you explain your pick. I thought you were going to.
There's no explanation either.
We gotta witness. We need to get that gap for the division.
Yeah, if they win, they're in first in the division. It'll be same records, but they'll be in first because of the tiebreaker. Right. But last game that we'll pick on the podcast is the Sunday night game, Dallas at Minnesota.
Dallas.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Dallas because I think CeeDee Lamb is emerging as their best wide receiver option. He's slowly moving past Amari Cooper as that number one option for Dak Prescott, and I think this happens again in Minnesota against Minnesota. So I'm gonna go with Dallas.
That thing ain't slowly happening. That's a
turnovers.
clear takeover. But
turnovers will happen for Kirk Cousins to cost them the game.
Yeah, again, I'm not high on Dallas's defense because they're turnover heavy. But yeah, they make a lot of big plays, but you're playing against a quarterback like Kirk Cousins, who is probably going to give you a couple of chances to take advantage of his mistakes. So I'm going to go with Dallas as well. Dalvin Cook might have a good game because it's Dalvin Cook, but
yeah.
Neil, who you got?
Who you got in the chat, bro? Who you got in the chat?
If you're not here, we'll get it.
A forfeit.
Yeah, he left us. But yeah, I just don't see I don't see Minnesota winning that game. I think Minnesota has done well this year. I just don't think they have enough to beat Dallas's offense right now.
What are they saying at 2-3?
No, they're 3-3.
3-3? Okay, yeah. Yeah, he just came off a bye too.
Yeah, and that's why I said the Falcons make the playoffs over them because they're going to lose this week and we're going to beat the Panthers.
Maybe.
Phil, stop it.
I need to catch up. I didn't catch up on the pickems. That's what I might take my risk there, to be honest. So we will see.
Please do.
I'm hoping,
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going nuts. He just brought the Thunder back from down 11 to up 2.
Who are they playing?
They're playing the Lakers.
God damn. That's going to be a rough start for the Lakers. But they'll get it back. They'll get together.
Yeah, they still got the whole fourth quarter.
Long season.
Yeah, long season.
Any last words though, fellas? Last words.
For me, I don't know when it's gonna be down the road or whatever, but I will get my who we play for rematch against Kenny because I feel like I deserve it from last year. It was one hell of a video in a series. I will get my rematch on this podcast one way or another. So I'm playing my career. I'm playing my GM, whatever it takes. I'm ready for that rematch anytime.
Also, this is just my weekly Sean Tucker for Heisman update. Last week against Virginia Tech, he has a ho-hum 20 carries for 112 yards and 1 touchdown. It was probably one of his worst games. And Syracuse football wins the game. So, Sean Tucker, you're an absolute stud, and it's time for the nation to start treating you like you are, and you need to be voted number 1 in the Heisman this year.
Consistency.
Yeah. I'm going to say it every week.
Last words for me, man. Who that nation?
Who they?
Week to week fan. Everybody getting healthy. Suspension boy is coming back at D tackle. Can't wait for him to be back. He's supposed to play last week. NT is coming back next week. Let's make a run and do something and open up the goddamn playbook so I can figure out if I can believe in Jameis or blame him for everything that goes wrong in the offense because there's not enough yet to blame him.
Yeah.
So,
yep. Everyone in fantasy has been waiting to unleash Michael Thomas from their IR or bench spot. So hopefully he pays off. Waiting that long.
Give one more Sean Tucker stat. He's the only running back in college football with over 1,000 yards this year. Leads the nation in rushing. If you guys want to have a really great follow on Twitter, follow him. After every game, he gives a hilarious tweet. And he's so serious, but he tells you whether or not he's pleased with his personal performance and with the team's performance. And he breaks down exactly why. He's a great.
What was the last one?
His last tweet?
Yeah, as an example. I want to.
Yeah, here, yeah. So they're very funny. Let me pull it up. And he's that serious when he does it. So his last tweet was.
Is he trying to be funny?
No, he's like being dead serious. Finally, an ACC win for Syracuse, 41-36. I am pleased with my performance and happy with the outcome. I ran 20 attempts for 112 yards with 2 receptions for 14 yards. Thanks to my O-line for helping me reach 1,000 yards and more to come. I'm just getting started.
If I says that
the one before that, Friday we lost 14-7. I'm pleased with my performance, but not happy we lost another close one. I ran 22 attempts for 157 yards with 2 receptions for 20 yards. With 5 games left, I am just getting started.
I am just getting started.
If you want a good follow, go follow Sean Tucker.
Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. All right, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like on this video. Leave a comment for Phil's costume. Maybe, as I said, maybe next Halloween we actually do something. But look at this guy.
I'm glad everyone reads their email.
Oh
man,
up. When you get the company email,
it gets sent to my clutter.
To the clutter. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Make sure y'all sub to the channel. Like everything inspired by True Events Network. At IBTE Sports on all platforms. No, actually Facebook.
Go Knicks, Bing Bong.
And Instagram. What did he say?
Go
Bing Bong.
Who the president? Byron.
Yo, shout out to the Magic social media department for their tweet after the game. Bing Bong.
They did?
Yeah, they tweeted the gym for the guy. Bing Bong.
All right, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We up out of here. IBTE Sports Podcast is out. Peace.